Hi, Mimi.
Hi, Rafi.
Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. So, first of all, I was just by you for a Shabbos meal, which you hosted, which is very, very cute. Am I allowed to talk about that?
Yes.
We had a Shabbos meal, which you hosted, which you did a very good job. It was very cute.
Thanks.
It was definitely interesting to be on your turf with your people and your family, you and Ben. You are making your debut, not as a personality because you're in so many places, but as Mia Lerner on Spotify. You're making your debut.
Yes, I do want to give a disclaimer that I have been on vocal tracks before, but for backtracks for movies.
Oh wow!
But not ever on something on Spotify.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. This is the first one on your face and on your name. It's it's really there. So when this album goes super multiple platinum gold and it's the most famous thing and every single song is viral and everybody knows about it and people are so invested in the now celebrities who are blue checked on Instagram, the singers, and then they finally find the YouTube channel, which at this point has millions of subscribers, and they find this video to learn about you on the song Wide Awake, which they love. It would be cool people should know that you and Ben, who is the vocalist on Asking for a Friend, are actually a married couple.
Shut up! That's so cute!
Is that your Ben impression?
Is that? It kind of is.
You were doing it. You were doing the Ben thing.
He does this. Yeah. He has hands. He has long, beautiful fingers.
He does have very good fingers. He has a very good fingers. So this is true. Yeah. Right. So this is off the record, okay?
Off the record.
Off the record. Wide Awake, Asking for a Friend. Firstly, which one do you think, at the end of the day, in terms of the charts, right, one of them is going to outperform the other?
Yeah.
Right?
Which one do I think will outperform the other?
Predictions.
Okay. I cannot make an educated guess, and I'll tell you why. I haven't heard a mix for Wide Awake, a recent mix. I only heard a very old version. So I don't know.
I'll tell you what. There's a few things. There's a few different things here, right? There's a few different questions to answer, which I'll answer and then you will as well.
Fine.
There's the predictions for the Spotify charting.
Fine.
There's prediction for just general fan, what's the word, when they accept. There's gonna be general fan reception, and those are not goyim on Spotify. Those are people that we know in our life.
Sure.
A lot of people know the famous Ben and Mimi couple.
Yeah.
I'm sure people will pick favorites. It's just natural.
Sure. I think that Wide Awake is much easier to swallow just as a song, and then Asking for a Friend is has little, what is it called? The yeshivish word? Knitches? Is that the word? Has little knitches.
Don't make me laugh when I'm drinking water. Just go on. Like.
So Wide Awake is for the smart Asking for a Friend is for the smart consumer, and Wide Awake is for the hey.
Okay, so let me make sure I understand it correctly and say that in better words.
Yeah.
Essentially, Wide Awake is a more familiar, conventional sound. Asking for a Friend is more interesting and unique, and there's a lot more to appreciate in it, but it also takes a couple of more listens until you get into it.
I think so. I wouldn't even say taking a couple more listens. I would more say it takes a type of person who is a music/lyric appreciator to really vibe with it.
Right, as opposed to Wide Awake, which is a little more poppy and a little more regular.
Yeah, I can see people who are who say, the type of people who are oh yeah, I don't listen to music. I can see those people listening to Wide Awake.
Right. How do you feel? You're a very diverse person in terms of your career. I know you've been in the Mali Films Chart, a Jewish production. You also work on your own, film work and all that other stuff.
Yeah.
You're sort of diversified as a personality. You go by Mimi, Mimi Lerner, you go by Mia Friedman. There's a lot of different stuff there. How do you feel this new element of Mia Friedman, the singer, is going to affect your career as a whole?
Gosh, I don't think about shit like that, Rafi. Yeah, so I think this kind of really pushed me to like take music as a career a little bit seriously.
Yes! You're the third person on this couch to say that.
Shut up!
I'm so happy.
I'm so happy.
Awesome.
I'm so happy that you're building music careers. You are.
I mean, I don't talk about this often, but my long-term goal is to make a record label. That is my dream. I'm talking about like an ethical record label.
Yeah.
Record labels get a bad rap. I really want to be like, not a record label. I want to be a record man.
Yeah.
You know, like I see that for myself, and I think it's because I can really connect with artists and make things. I want to build it as a company and obviously profit off it, but in like an ethical way, and that's very possible.
You're not a sleazy manager who has no understanding of the industry.
Exactly.
You know
exactly.
Yeah, you know what it means to be an artist and to create something, and you know, if you can also manage and if you can also push people like that.
Exactly. Oh my God, that's facts. I feel like a record label should be a network and a community that's profitable, not a corporation.
The problem is, often people who are very creative are not necessarily super good at like crunching numbers and like
guilty.
Their people skills in terms of like business, like associates.
I'm guilty of that.
Guilty.
I'm guilty of that.
So guilty. I have no concept.
I feel like a white woman who just like cheated on her diet.
Shut. I'm so bad.
So bad.
I'm so bad.
By the way, I just noticed something. Can I point something out about Ben?
Point something out.
I feel like Ben holds a water bottle like this.
He does. Why does he do that?
Like most people hold the water bottle like this. They wrap their hand around the top.
A firm grip.
like it's a big item, right?
He's so dainty.
He holds it.
He's so dainty.
I feel like the two of you should be a band.
Two of us should be a band?
I would love to produce it. Like,
I'll tell you the problem with a couple band. And this has been the problem because we used to just like put out like shitty covers.
Right.
Sometimes we'll still do that. People, like as artists, we were like, oh, we want people to be like, oh, like this is good art. Like this is, oh, as like a duo, they're like excellent. But a lot of the comments on the posts are like, couple goals.
So cute.
So cute. And we're like, take us seriously as artists.
It's not tacky, it's music.
Yeah. We don't want to be cheesy. We don't want to be like, aw. Even though I kind of do want to be like, aw.
But here's the thing.
But Ben doesn't.
Here's what you need to think about.
Yeah.
Firstly, being in a couple band doesn't mean that you cannot also have a solo career. Mm-hmm. Ben Lerner is still releasing music as Ben Lerner, and Mia Friedman is also still releasing music as Mia Friedman.
Should I just do Mia, like M-I-A, no Friedman?
Oh, and that also is missing in action, which is a clever like.
That's a clever play on words.
The second thing to say is that sometimes, yes, it's cute couple goals. People who appreciate music are not necessarily musicians; they're people.
Right.
And the fact that you're a couple and the so cute couple goals, that can translate into streams. It's very endearing to see a couple who makes music together.
It is endearing.
That makes people feel things.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you could bank on that. And everyone from Cruella to Shane Dean of Rummy, right? Like, you can do very well as a couple. And, you know, the third thing I'll say is that, yes, there are all these, like, rules and conceptions of, like, you know, what's good for a career, what's not good for a career, how will I be perceived? I think when the art is just so good, literally nothing matters. Like, you know, Louis Prima, he's like a 50s to 70s like big band singer. His whole shtick was he was a couple duo.
Okay.
And he divorced multiple wives and married new singer wives. Got this, not once, not twice. I think it was like a total of 4 times.
Oh my God, he's such a king.
Before he died. Yeah.
Yeah.
And like, same songs, same arrangements, got back up on stage with another bitch. And he did that. I'm like, you know, it was part of the shenanigan.
Who's gonna be the wife this time?
Yeah, that was literally the meme.
Love it.
That's literally the meme. And like 2 of them recently died, but there was a documentary filmed in 2007 where like they interviewed all 4 of them.
This is like, I don't know if this is like too emotional, too raw, but Ben and I did a gig, like in this like coffee shop, and it was super fun. But I didn't kill it. I really didn't kill it. And I realized that I don't have, and Ben killed it because Ben, this is what he does.
That's what he does. He's so good.
Yeah, and I realized, like, just because I can sing, it doesn't mean that I can be a professional musician. You know what I mean? Like, I can come into a studio and you can tune my vocals and great, but, you know, performing live, and it just takes a huge commitment, you know? And I don't know that I have it. I'm scared, and I have this inferiority complex, you know? So, yeah.
I don't think there's any... Well, first of all, thank you for sharing. Second of all, I don't think there's any one thing I can say that will shift your mind about that. But, of course, like, if you hired me to perform jazz on a guitar in Carnegie Hall right now, I would not kill it, as you say.
Yeah.
But...
Right, it's true. I mean... I know that I could. I'm just saying it's gonna be like if I want to make...
Honestly, very small things that you just don't know. Like, you're not at a place where you're just like, you have to like figure out the theory behind things and like get into a mental headspace where you could become a performer. Oh, Ben does this also. He does this. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. This is my favorite part about talking to you, Rafi, when we talk about things that like Ben does with his like body. It's my favorite conversation to have with you.
I don't know why we do it.
I don't know, but I love it.
I spend a lot of time with him.
I know.
You know?
I really want to go down Couple Band Road. Gosh, like, there's so much to consider. And one big thing to consider is how will this impact my relationship?
That is a big one.
Yeah.
That is a big one.
I want to work together to the point, I want to work together in a way that, you know, me and Ben, that it builds our relationship, and I don't want to go into any sort of activity that might cause more tension.
This is facts, because music and all this art, it's very emotional.
Yeah.
It's high pressure.
High pressure, emotional. We each have our egos, you know, and we each have our...
Artists are crazy.
Yeah, we're both nuts. We're highly emotional, unstable individuals.
I get that.
Yeah. And so, like, to navigate each other and in a way, like, I want to do it more than anything in the world. I want to make music with Ben.
It's dangerous.
It might be. And sometimes we make music together and we just, like, enjoy it so much and we have the best times. And sometimes we get into, like, little, like, tension moments.
Right, it can be mentally exhausting.
Yeah. It's always, when we make music, when we do music by ourselves without the intention of releasing it into the world, it's always lovely. It's when you have the intention of, like, making it a public thing, that's when sometimes it gets sticky. Yeah.
That makes sense. I mean, look, Louis Prima got divorced 4 times.
Louis Prima got divorced 4 times.
That's like everything you need to know. And Cruella broke up. The band broke up because they're no longer together.
There we go.
I get that, and it is risky. Honestly, every artist relationship I have is risky because, first of all, artists are not always in a good state for creating art. Sometimes we are, and it's like such a lucky flow. Sometimes we're not. We have to like force it a little bit, and then like I'm overthinking what they're overthinking. It's just that you have to like look out for them and their ego, and they suggest an idea that you don't like, but because you don't have like you're like tired, you're like exhausted, like you don't have enough in you to validate it before you shut it down. And then they're hurt, and so they're not being objective about the next idea you do because they just want to shut it down because they're hurt. And then like you end up getting a bad product and two people who are just not happy with each other, but they don't know why they're not happy with each other because nothing bad happened, and so it's just frustrating and not good. What we're doing. So Mia, who sings Wide Awake on the album, has never heard the final master of it. And this is going to be a live reaction sort of shenanigans. So here goes.
Zach. Ah, his voice. I would never take you. I heard that little. Ah! We got some funky guitar. Oh, and those strings? Dead. I'm so happy.
Okay, what did you think?
I'm so happy with it. I love those little percussive stuff you put. It's really good. And the little funky guitar that you put. And I don't know what kind of reverb you added to certain vocal parts, but really nice.
Oh, thank you. Ben actually helped so much with the arrangement on this song. He sort of like, I think he almost felt protective in a way.
Yeah, for sure. On it.
So like it like makes sure like it's good in his lens. So like he was like very helpful. But yeah.
That's amazing, Rafi. Thank you so much for sharing that with me.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed
So now that you heard.
Yeah.
Now that you heard Wide Awake.
Yeah.
And you heard Asking for a Friend.
Yeah.
Which one do you think is going to be on the chart first? Ooh. Which one do you think is going to like win the Grammy first?
I think what's going to happen is that I'm going to win the Grammy. And then as I'm giving my speech, Ben will pull a Kanye.
Oh my god!
And he'll come up on stage.
Oh my god! Yeah.
Okay.
And he'll be like. I'm thinking, should it be in a Kanye voice or should it be in a Ben voice?
In a Kanye voice, but with Ben hands. If Wide Awake didn't have my voice in it, I would probably listen to Asking for a Friend.
That's a good answer.
But because Wide Awake has my voice in it, for me, Wide Awake, I'm gonna listen to it a million times.
What if Zach sang Asking for a Friend and Erica sang Wide Awake?
Ooh.
Not letting you off easy here.
God, I can't answer this without offending everyone.
Of course. That's true. So how can we offend the most people?
How can we offend the most people?
I think here's my just genuine prediction, seriously speaking. Like, it's impossible to predict, and they're both amazing songs. I know they'll both do well. My actual prediction is this. I think that when the album comes out, I think that Wide Awake will do really well, especially on my album, since Ben's fans will mainly listen from his Spotify account.
Right, that's true.
I think Wide Awake's going to do really well. I think with time, if I do grow as an artist and a producer, and like something over the next couple of albums goes viral and I end up being someone like I want to, I think that when like the diehard fans are going to do a look back and Asking for a Friend is going to be like a real standout.
Yeah.
Because what I'm going to be known for is not the classic Asking for a Friend sound. I think when people look back at it, they're going to be like,
what?
This was, we slept on this.
Yeah, I agree with that.
You know, I think that's going to be and it's going to go viral on TikTok.
Wow, that's a really good answer. What do you think is going to be initially, like off the bat, the top rated song?
Oh. I have a strong suspicion that I Don't Want to Love You Anymore is going to do well.
Yes, I agree.
You agree with that
thought?
Yeah,
I agree with that thought.
I think it's going to do the best. I think that everyone I showed it to was like very like taken aback and like they really enjoyed it.
I enjoyed I Don't Want to Love You so much. I loved it.
Right. So
I
think that one's going to do well. I'll tell you what, there's obviously which one's going to do the best. Then there's my personal favorite. And like obviously these are all my babies.
What's your personal favorite?
These are all my babies. And I love them all the same. But Let Me Go is my favorite song on the album.
You don't love your babies the same.
I'll tell you what, Let Me Go, not only is it such a good song, if I do say so myself, with good production and good musicians and good lyrics and such a good performance from Erica, it's the most nostalgic and left an impression song on the album.
Like, oh god, I'm so fucking cheesy, but like I'm getting a little bit of shivers.
Yeah. Same.
Cause you just sing like, let me go, let me go, let me, and then you were like, oh, like I have so much nostalgia, and I'm like thinking back to like your life, and I'm like, oh, like this is real. Like,
Everything
this shit
was
is
different.
Real.
Everything was different.
Am I allowed to say shit? Okay.
Yeah. By the way, the day that I recorded Let Me Go was the first time that I met Erica in my whole life. Well, the first interaction.
You found her on Instagram?
Found her on Instagram.
What?
Yeah. Can you believe it? People just sit on raw talent.
Erica is sick.
She's literally a goddess.
Disgusting.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Everyone loves her.
I'm obsessed with her. I never met her, but her voice is amazing.
Obviously, all the vocalists on the album, yourself included, like everyone I show your voice to is like freaking out. But like, I'm proud of Erica because she, I think out of everyone, she never really cared for the studio. I would say she even almost gave up on singing for a little bit. And like our first interaction, like we didn't even hang out in this room. Like she walked in and I was like, hi, nice to meet you, blah, blah. Here's the bathroom, here's the water. This is the studio. And I just like hit record and then like, she opened her mouth and like I heard the radio in my ears. I heard the radio in my ears. I was like, oh, I struggled. And that validated me. And so I switched gears as a producer.
How beautiful is that when you have a concept and you have a concept written out and then you have a person who like takes that concept and gives it and breathes life into it.
It's the best feeling in the
I want to sing another song on your album.
Same. Well, you're already singing.
I'm already singing one, but
don't wanna write songs about love. Heaven knows your love would be too much. Voices in my head.
Silence all of them.
Oh my god. That wasn't me. I can't be boxed like that.
I thought it was you.
I can't be boxed like that.
Respect.
He's amazing.
He's amazing.
He's incredible.
He's amazing. Shuhajaj.
He hit me up on Instagram. He's like, hey, I'm a beatboxer. Like, I want to connect. I'm like, yeah, that's cute. Archive folder. And then he like sends me a voice note. And he was like, crazy. And I was like, hi, I underestimated you. When can you come record on my new song? I haven't been recording a very 90s sounding track that would really benefit from beatboxing on it.
Yeah, it is a very 90s sounding track. Okay.
Anyway, friends, you are amazing.
You're amazing.
Dream about you night and day, but now I'm wide awake. Spoke about a million things, you were never listening.